What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel, and today I am back with another video. Now in this video we're going to be kind of going back to 2023 in January or December. I had a set review for this set right here, the Dodge Charger for the Fast and Furious movie, and in that video I said that I was going to probably make or build a better version of it and make it for Ghost Rider, for Robbie Reyes' Ghost Rider, and I never made that video until today. I finally figured out how to reconvert it into Lego's version of, well, basically my version of the Dodge Charger for Robbie Reyes. And of course this is kind of going to be another Ghost Rider video, so you're going to see a lot of very familiar faces. Of course, kind of what's actually pretty ironic about this video is my most popular video was the Ghost Rider bike, and a lot of people wanted to actually me do a build tutorial for this, and I didn't really do a build tutorial for it. I just showed you it off and showed you some of the pieces that I used. It wasn't step by step, and this is kind of going to be another one of those videos. But wait, don't go down in the comments yet and start complaining. I will be kind of doing a build tutorial for this one. It's just that I don't have the original model. So of course the original set was the Fast and Furious set. I still have the minifigure from that set. I just didn't keep the car. But of course Lego came out with their Robbie Reyes' Ghost Rider actually right here. Actually right here they came out with their own, and they came out with the set, but it wasn't that good. I did a build a better set review on this, but this is going to be the ultimate build a better. I really kind of don't know what I'm going to call it, but of course getting the figure out of the way and bringing in the actual new version of the Dodge Charger. So here it is. Here's the brand new version of the Dodge Charger, and I know what you guys are saying. This is the base, like I said, of the Dodge Charger from the actual Fast and Furious set. This is nothing to do with the Lego set. I only use maybe a couple parts and pieces from that set to actually reconfigure it to be this, but this has nothing to do with the Lego set. Of course, I'll get into the build and actually show you guys how to build this, but just doing a full 360 of it, it looks really nice. I really love this new version. It's much bigger, which is kind of the complaint that I had with the original, is it wasn't that big at all. It was pretty small. So I really love this new version. It's pretty cool, it's really nice, and it's very complex. It was a very complex build on how to actually make this thing better and actually fit Robbie Reyes' Ghost Rider. Because if you guys don't know, of course, here's some stock footage of the inside and the basically roof of the car. So the roof was probably the worst part. So of course if we take a look at this one, this roof is very different, and I'll show you guys how to actually build this. But this one actually uses studs. The other one, just you place it on there and it was there. And it was very specific to this minifigure. The I forget, I'm just gonna call him Vin Diesel, okay? I know that he Don, I think Don is his name. But I'm just going to call him Vin Diesel. So Vin Diesel's character was only meant to fit just a bald person. So if it was anybody with a hairpiece or a flame attached to their head, it wouldn't work. So I had to reconfigure the whole inside and everything. So without further ado, let's get started with the build tutorial, kind of how to build a better version of this. So for the outside, it's very cool because what they actually did is they basically took, like, the whole bottom is just almost the same way that they did the flame effect, is basically a bunch of just cheese wedges right here. So you just remove some of those cheese wedges and just put a cheese wedge right here, and then one single cheese wedge and one like that. And I made it longer because since I used some of the flames from the actual Lego sets, it's going to be a bit different. So I got some yellow clips from my own collection. I put a Power Blast on there, and there you go. I did it like that. And then of course I also got another one of those, this one specific from the actual set, and I put it right in front of that just so I could create more of the flame effect, as well as the final piece. I just took one of these pieces, which It's the same almost exact build that they did for the actual Robbie Reyes' car, as well as putting the power bursts on the wheels, and it's the same exact build, just mirrored on the other side. And it's really nice, it looks cool, it's really awesome. Now, what's also really cool is that the tailpipes kind of at the end, they're really cool pieces because they actually already have a little hole in there where you can put a little flame piece. So you got to get one of these flame pieces and you just stick it in there, and it looks nice, it looks great. I, of course, replaced the license plate back here with a silver one. I have no idea where it's been. It's been like a full year. I've had this thing on display. There was just one big issue with it, which I'll mention way later in the video, but of course, once again, I used the also same rims, of course. These wheels look really cool. Now, the front, this part is probably maybe my least favorite part about this whole thing, but it doesn't really bother me as much, is of course, if you take a look at this, if you take a look at the front of this, this is probably the funniest part, is because in the actual Lego set, everybody complained that they did a horrible job with the engine. And then with this set, since it's based on an actual Dodge Charger, they did an amazing job with the engine. So the engine is probably the best part because that was the one thing I hated about the actual Lego set version. But it uses the same kind of technique that they use with the old ones, which means that you cannot fit flames in here. So what you got to do is you got to get one of these jumper pieces and put 2 studs with holes in them and just stick it right at the front like that. And of course, just put these pieces right here like this. And I know it's not perfect. There's not 3 of them coming out, but it's the best you can do. All right, it's the best you can do, and it's really cool. Now, everything from this point on, you're just going to need to rip the whole interior out. So of course, you're going to get on into the inside real quick. So let me, of course, remove everything on the inside. So you're going to need to replace almost everything on the inside. Just rip everything out. So let's just do that real quick. So of course, you're just going to need to rip everything out. So it's just kind of the your exact car. So there you go. It's kind of what it needs to look like on the inside. So you just have the whole inside removed. They had a bunch of bars and everything back here, but I removed all of that and just decided to keep it the way it is, as you guys see right here. So of course, there's just the steering wheel at the front. You guys already know how this whole interior looks. So the first thing you're going to need to do is, of course, you're going to need to build these chairs. Now, I know the chairs in the actual set had a headrest. You're going to need to get rid of that. It's much more harder to actually put Ghost Rider in there. And they're going to go on the back of the jumper pieces, which I'll show you guys where they go, but we're going to, of course, remove them so we can talk about the windows, which is the absolute worst part of this whole set. So that's what it's going to look like. All right, so it's going to look like that, but we're going to remove those and we're going to talk about the windows. So the windows in this set, oh man. So the windows in the set, you get these, and you get these really nice things. It's new for this set. They tell you to put these stickers on, and it's really cool. Now, I actually do have the original build right here with me. So of course, we'll do it on one side only, but what the actual set tells you to do is to put this brick right here and to put it right here like this. That's fine, right? That's cool, all right? So then what you do is, if we take my makeshift roof right here, so I built a new roof completely from scratch. This is from scratch. So we're not going to do the other window just to have time and to not just destroy this whole thing. So of course, what you're going to need to do is look at that. All right, that was the big problem. Okay, I know there's no window on the other side, but look at that. Look at that huge gap. And the reason why that is a thing is because on the actual Dodge Charger that comes in the set, like I said, there's a brick, and I'll show you the whole roof thing on a stock video right now. You just slide it on there. And it was probably the worst part, because in Fast and Furious, they're doing crazy stuff like this and this. The roof just pops off because there's nothing connecting it or anything. And sure, it looked nice, but it only worked for one minifigure. This dude, and he's bald, so it doesn't matter. So if you wanted to put it to Ghost Rider, it doesn't work. So I had to completely do a new roof design. So what you're going to need to do is you're going to need to ditch that piece. And you're going to use this piece. And this piece is very important. If you do not have this piece, just don't don't even try to do this build, all right? Don't even try to do my build at all, because this is the most important piece that you can have. You can maybe change a couple things here and there if you don't have the pieces for it, but this is the most valuable piece ever. And if you shortcut it, like I did actually sometimes when I watch build tutorials, and you do this, you use this piece, all right? Sure, it's the same piece, yeah. No, it doesn't work. You're still going to have that random gap right there. You need to go over the whole window, because if you go over the whole window, you're going to have the best build experience. So there you go. As soon as you have that, you're going to put it in the same spot that the brick was in, and you're going to do it like that. And you're going to do it 2 times, mirrored on the other side, just so you could do the other side as well. So there you go. You should have something that looks like that. So now, since you're done with that, you can put the seats back in here again, and you can now almost be ready for the roof. So the final thing you're going to need to do as soon as that shoots off, which we're just going to screw that for now, is you're going to also need to put the engine in here again. You're just going to put it right between the 3 studs, so there is 2 spots right there. So there you go. It's going to look like that. And that's what it's going to look like. So that's the whole interior. That's all you need to do for the interior. Now we're on to the roof. Okay, so for the roof once again is completely my own build. So let's get started right now. So of course you're going to need to build 2 of these. All right, you're going to need to build 2 of these. And basically how to build it, as I'll show you pretty quick right now, you're going to need to basically take this piece, and you're going to need to slap it right on top of these 2 pieces, the 2 most valuable pieces. You're going to need to slap that on like that, and then you're going to take 3 of these cheese wedges, and you're just going to put these on the back right here. You're going to put all 3 of them like that. So basically that's how the build is going to go. All right, so then you take this piece, and you got to take the window for this, and you're going to put the window, and you're going to put it in here like this. But before actually we do all this stuff, let's actually put in the Robbie Reyes in here, which, if you could tell by me just removing that piece, it's very strong. Okay, it's super strong, and that means that this whole roof is going to come off in 2 pieces, which is why I was very hesitant on doing this build, because it's super very different. All right, it's super hard because this isn't really kind of the most simplest build. So this is also very important on where you put Robbie Reyes in here. You're going to need to put him at the very front. So there's 3 studs right there. You could put him right here in the back near the thing. You need to put him all the way in the front. Okay, you need to get him as close as possible, because he needs to lay down. Because if you put him in like this, he's not going to fit. You need to lay him down. It's very important. So there you go. That's what he should look like that. So he should be all the way in the front, laying down just a little bit. All right, so there you go. So now we can actually go back to the whole build, which one complete whole piece just decided to come off. But doing this whole thing is pretty simple. It's pretty simple, but also really hard. Let me just put that piece in real quick. But yeah, once again, like I said, this whole piece is kind of very strong. But now we're back to this step. So once again, you're going to need to do this. Put that whole piece like that, and you should be good. There you go. So now you take the window. You basically take the window, you put it at the front like this, and then you take this piece, same build that we did here. You just take a brick, one of these brick pieces. Doesn't matter if it has holes in it or not. You're not even going to be able to see it anyway. So there you go, like that. And then finally, if you have a piece that goes over this whole thing, then that would be great. Okay, if you have that piece, then use it. But since I don't, I'm just going to use 2 of these pieces. So I'm just going to just do it like this. And there you go. That's all you need to do. So that is kind of how you build a version of Vin Diesel's car for this set. And I know the roof, once again, I'll try to remove the roof for you guys. You're going to need to remove it in 2 parts. You're going to need to remove it like this, and you're going to need to try to remove this back piece without it breaking, and that's how you do the roof. It can be one full piece if you like, but it's not going to come off that easily because Legos don't work like that. But, I mean, for what the Lego set was and what the issues of it were, this is so much of an update. It's crazy. All right, it's crazy how much of an update this actually is. So there it is. I mean, The roof comes off like in 2 pieces. Yeah, of course, it's a really cool car. I really like it a lot. The roof was just so hard to do. I'm very satisfied on how I was able to build it and everything. And I know that this will probably be one of the most satisfying builds that I've done in a while. I mean, this is just, it turned out great. I really like it a lot. If you guys get angry, like you can't get some pieces together or anything, just keep trying and you'll probably be able to figure it out. But this is going to be probably for display. I know when they make the Lego sets, of course, the roof is supposed to come off really easily and stuff like that. But this isn't one of those Lego sets. This is just one of those kind of builds that I was able to come up with. And if you guys like it, well, there you go. More power to you. So, of course, this thing looks great next to my Johnny Blaze's bike as well. These things look great together, and I really like them a lot. Anyway, that's going to be it for today's build tutorial, or kind of build. I don't know when the next time I'm going to be making a video. I'm probably going to do some random videos like this. I think I did just probably... Yeah, of course, I don't know when the next time you guys are going to see me. I did place an order for some of the January 1st sets, so I'm probably going to be doing some set reviews on those soon. I was just working on some sculpted figures right now, which is really nice. Probably going to get back to doing that after I finish editing this video and everything like that. But that's it. I'll see you guys later, whenever I see you guys, and yeah, I'll see you guys later.